Hey guys, welcome to D Mace's a Rant. I'm D Mace, your ranter, and this is the Rant Nation. Listen, I just got in from work and I just absolutely had to get on here and do an Xmen 97 video. I didn't have a choice. I had to do it because that last episode that's on there on Disney Plus, man. If you ain't checked it out, check it out. I'm Gary spoil it, so let me give you a couple seconds to get off and then come back later after you've seen it. But let me tell you, this Xmen 97, this thing it gets the chef's kiss all day long. All day long. First of all, now if you've been watching it, you see that they're going to Genosha. The trio. Magneto, Gambit, and then Homegirl. That's I can't think of her name. What's her name? Rogue. Rogue. Yes. So they're all flying to Genosha. And you know, Genosha is the place where Charles Xavier and Magneto created as a haven, as a safe haven or a paradise for all mutants. So they get there and it's all celebrating. Everybody's having a good time. Everybody's being good, having wonderful fun, and just being themselves and being their mutant selves with their powers and everything like that. They're not afraid of anything or anybody coming to get them or anything like that. It's just a whole paradise type of thing that's happening there. They get there, and so the council there is asking Magneto to be basically the ruler or the emperor of Genosha. He's like, I'll do it, but I'll do it under one condition. Guess what that condition is, y'all? That Rogue be his queen. Now he tells Rogue this, and she goes off, and she's like, "I'll kick your tail," because him and Rogue was dallying it up a little while ago, some time ago, and they got a little bit of a history, which was interesting to me. But anyway, so he tells her this, gives her all the reasons why this would work. She thinks about it, and she's convinced. Now, y'all know she's involved with Gambit, too. So now she's involved with Gambit, and she's sitting there talking to Gambit, and she's telling Gambit, by the way, man, we're going to get into Gambit in just a minute. While she's sitting there talking to Gambit, she's telling Gambit about her past with Magneto. This scene is effortless. It's so flawless, man. Like, he's sitting there in his suit because they're getting ready to go to this ball, which I understand is canon. And he's sitting there taking these cards, and he's throwing the cards into the fires. He's listening to her story with Magneto and their history. She's talking about history and how they met and how they ended up becoming a couple and how he was able to touch her, because you know Rogue can't touch anybody because she will kill them. She absorbs all their energy and she kills them. So she has to wear those gloves. Magneto is the only one whose powers complement with hers, and they're not a detriment to him, so he can touch her. So now for her, being a woman, and you know, people need physical touch. We're people. We need physical touch. We crave physical touch. That's what we're created for. We're created for physical touch and fellowship and things like that. Anyway, they get into that. This is interesting too. So anyway, she's talking about how he's able to touch her, and that's the one thing that connected them, was the fact that she was finally able to touch somebody. She tells Gambit, "I love you. I've been with you, but you can only go but so far with me. As everybody, Magneto's the only one that I can unrobe with." And so you know where that goes. You know, it goes deeper than just the touch. It goes into some other stuff, some physical, sexual stuff. But anyway, so she's breaking Gambit's heart. And Gambit takes it like a man. He's like, listen, he said, all right, we can just be friends. That's fine. He doesn't like it, but he understands where she's coming from. And so you skip, and now they go to the ball. And in the ball, now this took some kind of guts. She comes into the ball. She's floating. And she floats to Magneto. And she kisses Magneto. And all of a sudden they dancing and all this other kind of stuff. And Gambit's sitting right there. And I'm like, come on, man, not in the brother's face right after you just told him. Come on, let's have a little bit of decorum here. But anyway, there's that. And he gets, a little upset with it, of course, and walks off, things like that. Now, all that happens. And of course, people's like, oh, wow, 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 wow. Crazy thing is, now Jean Grey Jean Grey stayed back at the mansion. And on the last one, I said Jean Grey left. She did not leave. She stayed at the mansion. Madeline Pryor, who was the clone, went to Genosha. She left. This whole thing is deep. You got to watch it. So Scott is having this psychic affair, this telekinetic affair with the clone, because they had the baby and everything like that. So he's kind of dealing with her on a little side, on the hush. But Jean Grey is a telepath. She reads mind. She can tell. Now how you gonna do that? And the crazy part is she comes in after she sees this in the psychic realm. She comes in and she says, "Don't tell me you can explain." And so they have this little argument in X, Y, and Z. It's wild. Anyway, you also get to see Cable. Cable jumps in from the future, and he's trying to warn somebody, but then he goes back. Anyway, that's a whole thing myself. Let's get into the battle. Now, during this whole time, Genosha's all great and it's wonderful and it's a paradise, but someone creates these super duper 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 of the enemies. You know, they're enemies. The what are they called? Not the cyclones. The you know what I'm talking about, the big robots that they have to fight. Anyway, I'm so excited, man. I just had to get on here and just talk about it. But anyway, so they have created these super sentinels. And so the sentinels are coming and they are laying waste to Genosha. And they're killing people and they're killing mutants. And it's a mess. Let me tell you something. Gambit is that dude. And let me tell you something. Whoever is listening to this, please give us a Gambit movie and make sure it's done right with the right actor. Please. We need to see this. The way that they portray Gambit in this thing, man, is phenomenal. Gambit is giving them that work. He's giving the Sentinels that work. He's saving people. He's helping people. And he's doing all kind of stuff, man. And Gambit is that dude. Of course, Magneto, he's there, he's fighting them, and Rogue, she's fighting them too, and Magneto's throwing trains at them and whipping them with trains like a little whipping. It's crazy, but Gambit is that dude. Gambit is getting ready to go up to the main Sentinel, and he's getting ready to take him out, but the main Sentinel takes a spear and puts it in his side. And so it puts it in deep enough where he pulls Gambit over to him. But here, Gambit got another thing up his sleeve. Gambit, like, I ain't going down like that. He electrifies his power and pulls his power up and destroys the Sentinel. But he also kills himself in the process of it, saving the people. Then it cuts to a part where you see Rogue holding him, crying. And she's holding him with her bare hands. And she's saying, "Baby, I can't feel you. I can't feel you." And she's crying. And it cuts. This episode, and I didn't do it justice, but this episode has so much in it. I'm telling you, check it out, check it out, check it out. Xmen 97, the most recent episode. Check it out. You will not be disappointed. This thing is going places, man. And I'm so happy, Disney. I'm so glad y'all are woken it up and doing all this other foolishness with it. But it gets two chef's kisses with me. Check it out. Disney Plus, Xmen 97. Guys, have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful night. Thank you for tuning in. I am D. Mace, your ranter, and this is the Rant Nation. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Let's get this algorithm going. Let's let YouTube know that we like this channel so we can build it up even more. All right, guys, have a good one.